All right, so let's talk about SmackDown, Bayley versus Bianca Belair. There's not much to talk about, but there's a lot to complain about. So let's talk about the segment. The segment is Bayley interrupting the Street Profits to talk about how she uh, did Bianca Belair such an incredible favor in working with her when she first came to SmackDown. And Bianca Belair has not yet thanked her, and that she's rude and she's selfish, and she's going to beat her and regain her spot at the top of the SmackDown Women's Division. Which Montez Ford was off camera talking to Bianca Belair, had her on speaker so she could hear it. And then this led to him actually singing, which was funny as hell. But Bianca Belair, of course, heard it, and she said, "I'll be right there." And then we went to commercial, and when we came back, Bianca was there. It's almost like she was literally 3 feet away or something. Um, but she gets in Bayley's face, and Bayley, of course, starts being real contrite, talking about how proud she was of Bianca Belair, and the effort she put in to defeating Sasha Banks, and how proud she is that she's the women's champion. And that was basically it. Then she came back and she laughed. She came back and she started cackling. There are a lot of cackling hens now in the WWE. So Bianca Belair didn't really get to say much. Didn't really get to do much except for dare Bayley to say what she said to her face. But here's the thing. I don't have a problem with this match. I don't have a problem with this feud. I have a problem with what they did. I have a problem with WWE just announcing people to be number one contenders. I have a problem with that. Because why? Why is Bayley number one contender? She wasn't at WrestleMania. She didn't have a match. She has not beaten anybody in a while. So it's like, yeah, she got the reputation, therefore she can be a top contender. But how about we just pretend that we're going to do something different and maybe have Bayley wrestle Ruby Riott? And hey, it's going to be a number one contenders match. It's going to be Bayley versus Ruby Riott, or Bayley versus in a fatal four-way, with Tamina and Natalia and all these, and Nia Jax. Instead of having Nia Jax wrestle fucking Tamina again for the third week in a row, it seems. How about we could have put those two in the same match with Bayley and Ruby Riott or somebody like that in a fatal four-way match, number one contender, and you just had Bayley win the match. Have Bayley earn the shot, rather than saying, "Oh well, her reputation is how she gets a title match." Because now you have this awkward thing of having to restart this feud. I'm cool with Bayley being the opponent. I don't have a problem with that. I just have a problem with how we got there. Bayley is, and to be quite honest, is a good opponent for Bianca Belair. I think it's smart for them not to run it back to Bianca and Sasha. I think you wait a little bit for that one. I think you let Bianca get her feet under her for a little while, and then she can start wrestling Sasha again. But I don't like how they just chose Bayley's name out of a hat, because it makes it seem like, well, we didn't have any options. Like, you got plenty of options. You just choose not to do it. So Carmella did just get beat by Bianca Belair not too long ago. But you could have done something else, anything else. But that's my real only problem, is that we're just going to give title shots to people. Like, I didn't like it when they did it with Drew McIntyre. If you're going to give a guy number one contendership, it should be for a reason. It should be something that people can look at and be like, oh, okay, yeah, this person been on a winning streak, or this person won a number one contenders match, or something. Just, and then it's just randomly announced on Twitter. They randomly announced on Twitter that Bayley is the number one contender. Like, why? What about Bayley makes her the number one contender? When was the last time Bayley had a singles match and won? I don't remember. So, she's been out of the ring for a little while now, doing the ding dong segments and stuff like that. So she hasn't really been in the ring. And Bianca does need somebody to lead her around, at least for right now. So Bayley is a good ring general. That ought to help. But I just don't like how they did it. I think that you do a disservice to the entire locker room when you don't even have somebody do the job so that somebody else can look good. Like, I know Bayley doesn't really need it. And, oh, yeah, she beat Liv Morgan. Ha, 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 ha. But that's not the point. The point is that we have to show that there are other people who want the shot. Like now you got 3 weeks of building this story up, and it's built on nothing. It's built on randomly Bayley is chosen out of a hat to be the number one contender. That's not going to build you any heat. That's not going to build you a story. Now, sure, can Bayley flip it and make it work? Sure, but she's going to need some time, and she didn't get it this week. You know, she didn't really get that much time this week. But that's why I think they should have started it last week. You know, they should have started the storyline last week by having Bayley attack Bianca Belair or something like that. I just don't like the laziness of it. And I just think that it's probably a real lazy decision to just say, you know what, we don't know. I don't know what to do. It's either going to be Bianca Belair or Sasha Banks or Bayley. Screw it, it's Bayley. And I just think that's real lazy. And it does a disservice to the rest of the division because you have so many women who are not doing anything. And this is a continuing problem with WWE. They just will not feature other people, even to do jobs. It's like, for fuck's sake, when the Riot Squad has not been on show since WrestleMania. Are they dead? Are they hurt? Like, we can't, what about Carmella? Where is she? It's like, okay, we have people on the roster. Just fucking throw somebody out there and say that Bayley has to beat this person. Or if you're going to use Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler or Tamina and Natalya, mix them in. Put Natalya in the match and say Bayley versus Natalya, number one contender. One of them has to win. Then, Nia Jax or whatever costs Natalya the match. You put some heat on that feud, and then Bayley gets over and she gets to go, fight Bianca Belair. That's the appropriate way to do this thing instead of just being like, okay, well, Bayley, I guess. Because then that's people going to be like, huh? Like, what? But whatever. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe via Subscribe Star. Send cash via the Cash App. Thank you guys for your time, and I'll talk to you guys later.